Hey, YouTube stackers, collectors, and investors in precious metals. Welcome back to my precious metals focused YouTube channel. Now, for those of you who have been following my channel for some time, you know we love to talk about physical gold and silver and how to buy and hold gold and silver coins or bars as a savings account outside of the financial banking system. I've also been working hard to expand this channel's content and reach by including more investment focused information for my viewers who are interested in saving in precious metals but would also like to explore opportunities to leverage their earnings through investment in precious metals miners and royalty companies. I'd like to take a moment to thank Max Porterfield, CEO, President, and Director of Callinex Mines, for speaking with me recently, and also for sponsoring today's video. Callinex is a Canadian-based precious and base metals mining and exploration company with a lot of exciting operations and discoveries that I feel sets them apart from many of the other mining companies we talk about. As many of you know, nations are trying to print their way to prosperity in 2021, which is a failed concept that will ultimately lead to the demise of many fiat currencies. As investors and viewers of this channel, we do have a unique opportunity in the precious metal space to take advantage of the unprecedented currency debasement currently taking place in our world. We can do this with smart investments in the best companies in an industry that both stackers and collectors understand. What we are seeing right now is a dynamic between the supply and demand of certain commodities. That's indicative of a price increase that could surprise the uninformed while potentially rewarding those early movers. Now, throughout 2020, entire job sectors have been damaged severely. We could talk about the airlines, the cruise lines, and many brick and mortar retail shops, some of which have expired and others are on the brink of extinction. Families and small businesses have struggled month after month, while at the same time, the ultra wealthy have benefited from asset prices that persistently hover near their all-time highs with inflation in assets. Now, calls for bigger stimulus checks are consistently heralded as necessary things, regardless of the currency devaluation that it will cause, not to mention the addition of the ballooning national debt that politicians ignore in order to appease their constituents. As the government relentlessly adds to the global money supply of US dollars, the citizens cheer and the career politicians declare victory. As any thoughts of fiscal belt tightening are dismissed, the relative values of gold and silver, as well as other base metals such as copper, have been increasing rapidly. John LaForge, head of real asset strategy at Wells Fargo, envisions gold prices reaching all-time highs in 2021. The ramp up in governmental print and spend policy is this driver of artificial growth. LaForge went long when others were waiting. If you look at the carnage we saw back in March and April, that's the kind of watershed event you need to frankly get interested in commodities, he said. Right in the middle of it in March, we upgrade commodities. We went favorable for the first time in a long, long time, and we expect that to continue well into 2021. That, of course, coming from LaForge. We saw 2020 ending with the dollar at its lowest level in 2.5 years. This, an obvious catalyst for gold, which remains range-bound and possibly coiled for yet another leg up. Along with the catalyst of Monty printing, Wells Fargo sees a catalyst in the global economy growing by 5.2% next year, with most of the growth coming in the second half of the year, as the world starts to move past the devastating impact of the current healthcare crisis. For 2021, gold is probably our go-to. It's our favorite. Gold kind of embodies everything. This quote is coming from Wells Fargo's commodities desk. Wells Fargo has projected gold rising against the dollar to $2,300 by the end of 2021. Of course, Wells Fargo isn't the only mega financial institution that's bracing for much higher gold prices. Goldman Sachs chief commodity strategist Jeffrey Curry recently went so far as to suggest that the days of the dollar dominance are coming to an end. In particular, Curry wrote that real concerns around the longevity of the US dollar as a reserve currency have begun to emerge. The Goldman Sachs analyst reiterated his long gold recommendation and raised his 12-month gold price forecast also up to $2,300 per ounce and his 12-month silver price forecast to $30 per ounce. Silver, of course, is also a great candidate in terms of its industrial utilities because electric vehicles use more silver than vehicles with internal combustion engines, and that EV revolution is beginning. The engine, battery pack, and battery management system in electric vehicles all require silver. On top of that, we also highlight copper and the companies that are focused on it. No matter which type of EV you're looking at, it's going to use much more copper than a traditional vehicle with an internal combustion engine. And it's important to mention, requires the right kind of copper. By 2027, an estimated 27 million electric vehicles will be on the roads. Now, whether you want to agree with the direction of EVs, the expansion of EVs is undeniable and continuing to grow each day, just as the automobile gradually replaced the horse in history. This rapid expansion of battery technology and efficiency could raise copper demand for electric vehicles to 1.74 million metric tons by the year 2027. We're already seeing the signs of a long-term breakout because copper reached its highest price in 8 years in December of 2020. This, of course, aided by China's economic recovery, the world's largest consumer of copper. Along with those factors, copper will serve as an essential component in renewable green energy. Of course, copper is highly conductive, so it's used in renewable energy systems to generate power from solar, hydro, thermal, and wind energy around the world. We've already witnessed government proposals here in the United States to spend as much as $2.3 trillion to improve roads, bridges, and seaports, as well as to incentivize solar panels and other clean energy sources. They want to add electric vehicle charging stations across the nation and convert all school buses to zero emissions. Now, I want to show you a company that most chances you've never heard about, yet it has rallied as much as 2,000% in the past year and a half. While I love digging into the miners, this one may be the most impressive yet due to the location of the mines, to infrastructure, and the fact that this company has zero debt on their balance sheet. Now, I'm talking about Calnex Mines, and we're going to go with ticker symbol CLLXF here in the United States. Now, Calnex is developing and exploring Canada's prolific base and precious metals districts and has come across some impressive discoveries of late. Calnex Mine stock has also appreciated 1,100% from the Canadian dollar low of 28 cents, which itself is impressive, with much more opportunity to grow over the year and coming years. Now, President, CEO, and Director Max Porterfield had a conversation with me earlier today. He's built a multi-mineral developer. 28% of Calnex shares are owned by management and associates, while another 21% is held by institutional and family offices. So the people that know this company best are also extremely bullish, and that's a great sign when you see them putting their own money on the line here. The company's projects are located across 3 world-class mining districts in Canada, each with impressive stats. First, let's talk about the Pine Bay project in the Flin Flon mining district of Manitoba. Here, an emerging high-grade copper discovery with smaller deposits of gold, silver, and zinc, named the Rainbow Discovery, is being expanded. What's so impressive about this particular find is first the location to infrastructure being only 200 meters from a hydroelectric power line with water on site and direct road access to a nearby town, with a population of 5,000 people, so it's not in the middle of nowhere. As you know, the biggest inhibitor of mining companies to extract precious and base metals from the earth is the cost of capital to reach those locations and provide the necessary infrastructure and materials for a successful mining operation to endure. Here we have a home run, as the operation is powered from clean hydroelectric power instead of traditional carbon-based fuels such as coal or diesel fuel. This enables the operation to not only operate in a more environmentally friendly manner, but also even more thrilling than that is the quality of the copper discovery, which grossly exceeds that of the quality of the vast majority of existing copper mines in the world. The average copper grade from drilling in the area this year has yielded average copper grades between 5 to 10%, whereas the current top 10 copper mines globally average 4%. So that's something to consider. In summary, the mine is clean, it's extremely close to civilization and a large workforce. It has plenty of infrastructure, and of course, the mine yields a lot more copper than many of the large global mines that you can research. Another exciting project is their Nash Creek project in the Bathurst Mining District in New Brunswick, Canada, where 2 emerging near-surface silver, zinc, and lead discoveries have been found, and they've been found only 6.8 kilometers apart, which is also in close proximity to the Nash Creek zinc, lead, and silver deposit. These sites also have world class infrastructure, including highway and transmission lines only 1 kilometer from the deposit, as well as a seaport, smelter, railway, and power plant, all within 25 kilometers of both locations. All of these assets are situated in regions with convenient access to power, water, roads, and processing facilities in major mining friendly districts, keeping Callinex's operation costs lower with much lower risk than those, of those mines in Central Africa and other less geopolitically friendly areas of the world. The elements are all in place here, folks. It's debt free, very important. They maintain a tight share structure with only 13 million shares outstanding. They have a dedicated insider ownership, multiple mineral rich assets with consistently better than expected data, a top technical team of resource and financial experts, and best of all, a portfolio of advanced stage exploration projects in Canadian mining districts with significant exploration upside. Looking ahead now, the most important catalyst for this rally in CLLXF shares to continue to accelerate are first, of course, higher gold, silver, copper, as well as lead and zinc prices. Good news, three are up and zinc continues to trade near its recent high. Because these projects contain all of them, the company's assets are leveraged to the upside on all of these metals we spoke about. Second, we also need to speak about the drilling results. These drilling results are why we've seen share prices rise so dramatically lately. This company is drilling, and if you want to know how its shares rocketed, do a little research like I've done. Great results from drill holes, which has captured the attention of much larger investors. They're drilling as we speak right now, so results from those might be a massive opportunity for further price appreciation. Third, and also important, is a continually weakening dollar. I'd like to take the time to thank each and every one of you for viewing today. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on Callinex Mines and the mining industry. Thanks again all to my subscribers, members, and new viewers. I hope you each have a great day. I hope you keep stacking, and I'll see you soon on another precious metals focused video. Take care, my friends.